A very good afternoon to all of you. I hope you are all doing good. My today's lecture topic is the modernization of the armed forces. So, gentlemen, in this topic, I will explain why there is a requirement of modernizing our armed forces, what are the government steps regarding this, and finally, I will give you the way forward. So, gentlemen, let's just begin my lecture topic. So, we all know that our country, India, is a peace-loving country. We have never encroached our border, not even after winning the war. We have never spent more on our armed forces because we believe in international peace and harmony. But today, there are countries like China encroaches our border. There are countries like Pakistan continuously doing ceasefire violations and doing proxy war with us. They are sending jihadis, suicide bombers to damage us. So in such a condition where there is a threat to face the two-front war, we cannot sit quiet. We need to prepare well. Our defense forces should be equipped with modern equipment so that we can give them a befitting reply. Now, gentlemen, when we say armed forces, then it consists of all the three professional branches, that is the Indian Army, Navy and Air Force, along with the Indian Coast Guard and paramilitary forces. Now, let's just talk about why there is a requirement of modernizing the armed forces. Gentlemen, we cannot deny the fact that more than 70% of our defense equipments are vintage. These are 30 to 40 years old. Our MiGs are outdated. We can say our assault rifles, helicopters, submarines, our ships are outdated. We have recently retired our MiG-27 fighter aircraft, which is probably known as Bahadur, which has decreases our squadron from 32 to 28, which should be ideally 42. So, according to the Global Peace Index report, India ranked 139 out of 153 countries, which shows us that there is an instability in India because of the internal threat and external aggression. And that is why we need to prepare well and we need to modernize our armed forces. Now, gentlemen, the problem is India is spending only 2% of its GDP in the defense sector, which is not satisfactory. We need 3 to 4%. There are a list of things which today the armed forces needed on urgent basis. We need 10 more fighter squadron. We need stealth fighter aircraft and bombers. We need advanced nuclear submarine, destroyer, and an additional aircraft carrier which can secure our Indian Ocean. After that, we need attacking helicopters, attacking drones. We need submarine hunters. We can say advanced air defense systems. We need rocket launchers. Along with that, we need modern BPG, helmet, advanced radar, avionics. We need, we can say, laser guided missiles and lot more. We need to reserve our arms and ammunitions for at least 30-day war. Now, gentlemen, we have seen from the past 10 years, the government has spent a lot in procuring the defense equipment from the foreign countries. We have purchased S-400 missile defense system. We are procuring 36 Rafale fighter aircraft. We are on the emergency basis, we are procuring MiG-29 and Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter aircraft from Russia. We are purchasing nuclear powered submarines and helicopters. We are purchasing AK-203 rifles, and there are a lot more. So we need to reduce burden on our defense budget so that we should not procure this. We need to reduce dependency on foreign countries and need to boost our own manufacturing sector. And that is why we need to focus more on Make in India initiative and Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme so that we can be self-reliant in our defense sector. So, on the other hand, we have seen our Modi ji, he has also urged to the private sector to come up forward to take up both the designs and manufacturing. Gentlemen, we have already started manufacturing of defense equipments in our country. We have already made Tejas fighter aircraft. We have already made BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. We have tested a series of missiles which include Nag, Astra, Shaurya, we can say there are missiles like Nirbhaya, Prahar, Helena, and there are a lot more. Our DRDO is working, doing a tremendous work. We have made Akash missile defense system. We have made Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher. We have made Arjun main battle tank, and apart from that, we are making Dhanush howitzer, and there are a lot more. So right now the need of the hour is to invest more in our own manufacturing defense sector, and for that we need more budget allocation. There should be separate, we can say, capital acquisition budget for allocation for that, in order to gain the trust of the private players, so that they can invest in us. uh, uh, that is why we have seen on the 15th Finance Commission, they has suggested non-lapsable modernization fund for defense and internal security, so that they can, we can say, execute the long-term plan. That the budget allocation will be 2,38 crore rupees. Now, apart from that, we have seen we have Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020, which aims to boost our India's, we can say, domestic market through the Make in India initiative. Now, gentlemen, when we talk about the modernization of armed forces, then we are also improving our military organizations. We have made the CDS post, so that it will provide us effective leadership at the top level. After that, we have made the integrated IBG battle group. They are more capable of striking the forward. Then we have made the theater command, which will bring more coordination amongst the armed forces, and there are a lot more. So we can say that when we talk about the modernizing of our defense equipment, then we have seen the problem is not funding. The problem is procedural delay and some self-made restrictions. Uh, for example, we have seen what happened in case of LCA Tejas and the Rafale. There is a long procedural delay. Now, so that we know that we need to invest more in our own defense manufacturing sector. Now, if we spend more in our own defense manufacturing sector, and if we reduce procuring imports from the defensive imports from the foreign countries, then it will boost our GDP by 2 to 3%. Yes, definitely. It will also create lakhs of jobs. It's a kind of a win-win situation for us. It's also a kind of economically benefited a lot to us. So finally, gentlemen, I concluded my lecture topic by saying, yes, definitely we have a very long way to go, but we are on the way right now. We have already started making fighter aircrafts in our own country. Our MCA project is on the way. We are making submarines, we are making tanks. We have already opened two defense economy in two, we can say, defense zone in Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh, so that the private player can get a base on it. We need to restructure our armed forces. We need to shift from seeker to manufacturer, and then only we will become, we can say, developing country in the world. Thank you very much.